Let's talk now to Neil O'Brien MP, Shadow Education Minister. Neil, very good morning to you.
Morning.
It's been another tumultuous week, has it not, for this Labour government? It seems as though they've done a deal with the European Union which sells everything back to them that we were supposed to have taken off them back in 2016 when we had the referendum as such, and it seems as though it's already unravelling. You know, the e-gates that they made so much of on Monday, it turns out we probably won't have those open till next year at the very earliest. It looks as though roaming charges are back for people travelling to Europe, and this scheme where people under 35 are going to be able to come here may also include their dependents.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely unbelievable. So we have given away our fishermen for the next 12 years. We have agreed to be a total rule taker on everything to do with food and agriculture. So we're basically locked in the back of the car and we will go wherever they tell us to. We're going to be paying money in again. We've agreed to even more immigration, and in return for it, I'm not sure there actually is any progress at all on this e-gates thing at all. It's just that we'll have more talks about it in the future. Meanwhile, the EU are moving towards a system, perfectly reasonably in a way, of biometric entry and exit, which potentially will cause quite bad queues, and we don't seem to have got any reassurances on that either. So we've basically got nothing but some empty promises of talks in response to giving away loads and loads of things. I mean, it's just an appalling negotiation. It's as bad as the Chagos thing all over again, where we are managing to spend money, give taxpayers money to another country for the privilege of having our own territory taken away from us. I mean, it's just like, how can you have negotiated something like that?
Is it possible this is also kind of a gateway to more rights being given back to the European Union as well? Because, you know, an awful lot of the early stage negotiations leave quite a lot of room for giving more back to the EU or getting even closer to them. And certainly there's a lot of people on the Remain side who are saying now that Starmer should have gone further and that he should go further.
That's the entire point of the exercise. I mean, Starmer, everyone remembers, was the #1 advocate in Parliament for staying in. Even on the Labour side, he was the most passionate for trying to stop Brexit. And the truth is that he is inching us along here. He doesn't believe in very many things, the Prime Minister, but the two things he believes in, above all else, are human rights law and the rights of all kinds of undesirable people, be they criminals or migrants, and the European Union. Those are his two lodestars. And yeah, so he's given away loads of stuff this week in return for nothing, but that's just the start. The whole point of this is to get us on a path back into re-entry. He never thought we should leave. He tried to stop us leaving, and now he's gradually, piece by piece, taking us back in. And you know what the argument will be. It will be, well, you know, we're already signed up to so much of this stuff, we might as well have a seat at the table. Why don't we just rejoin? That's what's coming next. Everyone can see it.
Yeah, exactly right. Let's have a quick look at what he said yesterday. He went to a Lidl's, by the way, to talk about how beneficial this deal was going to be.
The important thing to remember is it's bills down and jobs up. That will make a big difference to you and your customers. Getting rid of the red tape, getting rid of the bureaucracy, and bringing the price of food in particular down. But you do get quite a regular number of people who live locally who will shop in their local shops.
I agree, because I grew up around here as well. So
where did you grow up?
Next to King's Cross.
Oh yeah.
So we don't have to queue up and to go to EU anymore.
No, this is good. The e-gates. This is the bit that most people will feel the impact of first. Getting rid of the problems with e-gates, getting off the plane and have to wait in a queue, particularly one we didn't have to wait. Not so and it's so much better to be here with you than it is in Parliament. Yeah. It's the people that it really impacts. Thank you for your time. Really good to see you, and thanks for what you do.
People listening to this show this morning, Neil, have become very angry, more so than I've ever seen them, I think, because of the continuation of untruths, let's be charitable, shall we, that Keir Starmer utters on a daily basis. I mean, he's talking about bills coming down, he's talking about jobs going up. Neither one of those things is happening. We've got inflation today jumping to 3.5%. Nobody is feeling as if he's putting more money into their pockets. Nobody tells me that the prices are coming down, and nobody tells me that there's more jobs out there.
Well, that's because there aren't. I mean, so everything he said there was wrong. So unemployment is going up, and we now know that prices are going up. There's a surprise ballooning of inflation. So the government inherited a situation where inflation was bang on target, and now entirely because of things that they've done by increasing borrowing to record levels and increasing tax to record levels. They were warned this would have an inflationary impact, and it now has done, and people are feeling that in terms of the cost of living. So the alarming thing is the bringing together of higher inflation, higher unemployment and a stagnating economy, and yet it's not really that surprising. This is what happens when you do tax and borrowing at record levels, and it is alarming that their response to it is to look for even more ways to raise tax. I mean, I think personally the most astonishing thing about all of this is that you have a Labour government come in, and their big tax increase, the people who really take the brunt of it, is on the lowest paid workers by increasing national insurance for people at the bottom end. So the big losers are those, particularly women, who work on the lowest incomes. They are the biggest losers. Unbelievable, really, that a Labour government, notionally a Labour government, should have chosen that of all the things to do. And so, you know, the Chancellor says it's disappointing. Well, it is the result of her decisions. She should take some responsibility for this. I mean, it's her doing. So, you know, I slightly despair of where we're going with all this. I feel like we're getting into a doom loop where higher taxes cause the economy to stagnate, and the answer is even higher taxes. And we're just going round and round in a circle of decline.
And now that we've seen Angela Rayner, who wants to tax even more of the money that people have actually saved all of their lives, you know, people will start to get quite alarmed about it.
No, I think for a lot of people it is really tough. If you are, for example, a poorer pensioner, and we know there's something like 800,000 pensioners who are below the government's own poverty line and yet not eligible for pension credit. And so they're taking this huge income hit from the end of the winter fuel payment, and there's just no way of them compensating that. They're just worse off, and it is really tough for them. And now they're seeing that the prices in the shops are going up as well. It's just really rough for a lot of these people, and the lower incomes particularly.
Yeah, absolutely right. Good to talk to you. Neil O'Brien, thank you very much indeed. Shadow Education Minister speaking there.